Welcome in, everybody. Oh, I hope the mic picked me up right there. But holy shit. Can you believe it? I certainly can. Absolutely unreal finish to this game. No other words. No other bones about it. No two ways about it. Woo. Everyone in the chat is hyped as hell tonight, as they should be. Man, I'm feeling good. I hope everyone else is feeling good. Let's get right into it. I'm bringing in AJ. I always have that on for some reason. We will be doing that later. I'm going to turn that off for next time. But anyway, AJ's here right now. Let's just get his immediate, fresh off the train, back in his house. How are you feeling about this game? We got another Ronnie Roar. That's 2 in a row. Is this Cloud 9? Where are we right now?
I don't know Cloud 9, but yeah, we're feeling good. We're feeling real good because oh fuck you, Orlando. Yes. Yeah, it's one of those, you go down early and then you go down 2-1. And yeah, that second half is probably the best second half that we've ever played as a Ronnie Dyla unit, I would say. And those 2 red cards, banter. Oh my god, just brilliant. We did a triple sub. They did their own triple sub, and quickly one of their guys gets sent off. And this ref, I think is our friend. He is a however man, if I do believe so. And this guy, thank you very much, because Oscar Pereira, bye-bye. And it was beautiful.
Take a walk.
Also, exactly, and almost a little Nostradamus with the graphic that I chose in terms of who I chose. I knew he probably wouldn't start, but the player that, well, there's a limited number of the players in the kit playing at the bins. I mean, Jamal Tiare, he vindicated it. It was incredible. I mean, Moranchuk, have yourself a night. It is brilliant. Brilliant. Answering the critics. I mean, 1 goal, 2 assists. I think absolutely the man of the match. And I mean, yeah, it's LA United. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't by any means pretty, but we definitely dominated that second half and turned this really idiotic first half, really, I would say, around. I get it that we had to start Hernandez at left wing back, but yeah, it was leaving a lot to be desired. We'll get to a lot of the other things, but just from a application standpoint, from a fight standpoint, it's night and day from last week, from the week before, from pretty much the last 2 months. And it's wild that we've had to wait this long. But it's great that the second win at the Benz has come versus Orlando City. There's gonna be a locker room selfie shortly, I'm sure, and eagerly awaiting to see that one. And especially that we're not going to have a home game in quite some time, until July, till mid-July. It's we needed these 2 for sure if we have any chance of salvaging this season. So yeah, I think big things done by the squad and we need to ride this momentum because we have even tougher fixtures coming up. But yeah, Jamal Tiare, Saba Labshanite as well. You know, yeah, I think just a brilliant chest down to not be selfish in the box.
Yep.
But to
not run into each other, leave space for each
Yeah.
other, know where each other is going to be, put it where they need to have it, you know, putting it on their right foot, putting it in enough space, weighted, underweighted. You know, we did have a little bit of that tonight again, but it's still, you know, when it counted, and a lot of times was the right amount of power. And it's just things, you know, as we were kind of suggesting would happen, things are starting to click a little bit more. And it's just bizarre to me that it took the galvanizing effect of calling the team soft. It's hilarious to me, but it seems to be that was the turning point. And I gotta say, man, like I tweeted this out too, or X'd it out, whatever, that, you know, this is how you treat a rival in your own house. Like, this is what you do to them. Like, it's so much better than just straight up routing them, but giving them hope, making them feel comfortable, and then just completely dashing it. Like, oh, you had your clean sheet streak going? Ooh, tough. You had your unbeaten streak going? Ooh, hate to see that go. Man, it was just one after another, and you felt like they felt like they had it. They felt like they were gonna play conservative, you know, 11 men behind the ball when we were on the attack and just look for counters like the book usually is for Atlanta United. And we didn't let that be the narrative for this game. You know, we were able to take the game by the scruff. We didn't back down. The fight was a little bit, like you said, lackluster in the first half, but the second half it came out again like we saw against Cincinnati, which was, you know, 90 minutes of it. But this game was more like maybe liberally 60, more like 45 minutes of fight. So I still think it was enough. Orlando, I think, perhaps saw past us. They didn't take us seriously, probably thought they were going to come in here and walk out easy 3 points. I remember the MLS or Apple TV had them as favorites coming out of this as the winners at like 40 some percentage points or something, like as likely odds of winning. Like it feels so good to upend those narratives and to come out, you know, being us these underdogs and then completely dashing that perspective. It's fantastic. It feels so good to finally be on the other end of that. So, AJ.
For sure. And we were the trap game for both Cincy and Orlando City. And I think it's apropos that you said that it took the coach calling the team soft to click, which the pun very well fits, because Click got an Orlando City player sent off.
He is. He's the Sith Lord of the dark arts, man.
And then, yeah, later on, he's like smiling while they're taking the free kick, and it's just, yeah, you know, he knew exactly what to do to rile up Orlando, and yeah, that was the beginning of the end for them. It was, you know, already they, like you were mentioning, they sat back 11 men behind the ball, and it was interesting that they did that, even though, you know, it was kind of their MO from the beginning as well. They hit us on 2 counterattacks that essentially undid us because, yeah, I mean, some diabolical defending from Derek Williams. Yeah, you just cannot, like, you have to just kick it to safety. You can't try to, like, it's one of those things that you see what we're missing at the back. You don't have a Miles Robinson. You don't have a safety valve. You don't have a guy that can really be those safe hands or safe feet that you need in order to keep clean sheets. And yeah, you know, Derek Williams, as much as he was lauded in the last match, I think he had a much better second half. He was pretty much the lone center back after we pretty much took Luis Abram off and, really went for it. And I applaud Ronnie Dyla for that. He essentially recognized that we've got nothing to lose. Just go and try to win the game. If you lose, so what? It's just...
If they score again, big fucking deal.
Exactly. So, yeah, and I think Orlando felt that, for sure. And they were holding on for dear life. And, yeah, I mean,
it feels so good, man, to not be that team, that it feels inevitable that the other team is just knocking at the door and it's only a matter of time. It feels so good to be on the other end of that, man. Jesus, it's been a while.
For sure. But it is this. It took us going down 2 goals. So it is one of these things. Atlanta United, they have to get up for it for some reason. They don't get up for it themselves. Something has to happen where they, they don't have the gumption to go for it at the off. And I think that's one of the major things that, is still missing from the I guess, disposition of the team. Because it didn't have to be this way. We didn't have to be, the trap game for Orlando City in terms of where we are in the trajectory of the season. But it's the reality. And, if we can at least get some string of results going forward, we can at least salvage the morale of the season.
Yeah.
But, Nick.
On the train, on Marta. How are you doing? You must be ecstatic. I hope you're not, because when I take the Marta train home, I go through all the tunnels, so I lose connection all the time. Hopefully you don't.
Squeak. The squeaky wheel gets all the grease tonight.
So would you say you were most of the reason why the crowd was hyped and that we won this game, or what percentage would you give yourself?
The crowd was 150% a factor tonight. By the way, before I forget, Drummers in the Pit sent a message for me to relay tonight on this stream. We are fucking tired.
I bet they are.
Because they watch the stream. They will hear that.
I bet they are. I bet they're exhausted.
We gave it everything tonight and then some.
Yeah, well, their efforts were
AJ,
noticed.
I bet you were there.
Yeah, I was going to say their efforts were noticed by Apple TV and everyone watching on the broadcast. The commentators said out loud, like, the crowd is a factor. They are here in force. This is an incredible fan base. Hearing them all get up and, support their team, it's unlike anything they've experienced in MLS. And this is a guy with a British accent, so that means a lot.
Y'all listen to me on Sunday, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Dude, yeah, I mean, it was 39,000 apparently. That was the paid attendance. It was a little sparse in some of the areas, but I mean, I think we made up for it in loudness. So yeah, it's in one respect, it's making the club look good in some senses. That whole thing that we've been talking about, where the fans are really booing this club right now, and it is one of those things. Like, it's not because the team's doing well, but it's effective. We won't be able to be that much of a factor on the road, unfortunately, but at the very least, 2 dubs in a row, 2 Ronnie roars in a row. I mean, how are you feeling after kind of a little bit of a roller coaster as far as the past 2 matches as well? I mean, it's obviously happy days, but not exactly like smooth sailing from the off.
We might have lost Nick. Oh wait, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm going through what Weiss was talking about. I'm at North Avenue right now, so.
So if you heard his question, it's basically, how are you feeling after the roller coaster of the season so far?
I don't know. I mean, I was probably 60-40 on support before Sunday. That I was not at rock bottom yet, but I was on the way down, and they rescued me. My club rescued me.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't hit the bottom.
Yeah.
Because if we had.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it felt the team felt different last game, and they continued for the most part into this game again, and it feels different now. It's like a switch has been flipped or something. I'm hoping there's no going back to what that car accident was of a team that we were watching for the first several games, but it seems like this is the new normal, and I sincerely hope so, because this is something the fans deserve to watch. Now, like I said last week, if we lost that game, and if we lost this game, if I see this type of fight and this type of entertainment every week, I'm going to be happy. I think Nick went through another tunnel. Go for it.
Yeah, we might have. Yeah, it's that. It's, the entertainment factor has returned, thankfully, because, yeah, I mean, it's been dire. It's been really rough as far as the watch goes. But, yeah, we have to figure out how to do this on the road, because away games can be quite dire for us. We
have not won one yet.
Yeah, it's, obviously we had a comeback versus Cincy. There have been some moments, but we cannot just continue to draw our way on the road. It's just.
I think we're the only team this season so far to take points from Cincy at their home.
Which is great. We're the we're the trap game for Cincy for some reason. And
yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, of all teams. But I'd rather not be the trap game. I'd rather actually be the team that actually is, dominating proceedings and is higher up on the table versus
maybe you gotta be the trap game first before you become that guy.
Yeah, maybe. It's baby steps. Yeah, walk before you can run. But with the expectations going into the season, it's far from wanting to be the trap game for other teams.
True.
It's more that okay, you might hit a speed bump here and there with an opponent, but not where we're at. But I think the fans are definitely feeling really great because on the Martyr ride back, there were some OFYO chants as well. Right after the match, right by the Falcon, it was a party. I mean, it was a vibe, and it's not quite any of the yesteryear vibes in terms of the level of banter that we can kind of exude, but it is also in our worst year. We still got Orlando City, so
yeah, it's good stuff. Nick, I know this might be a bit of a challenge, but who is your top contributors for our team tonight?
Just a sec. Can you repeat that, please, Mike?
Yeah, sure. Who in your estimation were our top contributors for tonight?
Oh, Jamal Tiari, by far. He came in, the fresh legs we needed, and to put the thing to bed. But I tell you, I am documented on this stream as giving lots and lots of negative comments to Moranchuk. What? Something got through to him. I swear. He he has just impressed the hell out of me tonight.
Yeah.
And I have to come clean on that. I mean, woo!
Yeah, and we're
just
like everyone.
have.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone will, at least the honest people who follow this team will say, when they are in need of a turnaround, an about face in terms of an opinion. If there is a player who was playing markedly, was underperforming significantly, and then all of a sudden they turn that around, you got to talk about it, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. The last 2 games for Miranchuk have been lights out. They have been DP level, number 10 or whatever it is he's playing for us, level signing type stuff. So hopefully we can keep that going. It's the only thing we haven't really seen yet, and this is a bit of a controversy, is Emmanuel Atlutd. Now, a lot of people are saying, like, why doesn't just Jamal start? First of all, Jamal's coming in against tired legs. Second of all, it's not as if, in my opinion, Emmanuel Atlutd is not doing anything when he's out there. I think a lot of the teams see a league record signing as a great white shark lurking around on the pitch. So what do? They heavy cover the hell out of him. And so what does that offer up for us? A chance for all of our other guys to have more room to operate and to do things like score goals, which we're seeing a bit of. So while Emmanuel Atlutd is being covered to hell, he's at least taking a heck of a lot of pressure off a lot of the other guys. So it's not as if he's doing nothing. It's unfortunate we can't get him to shine more because his confidence would exude, but I think that will come in time. I think when people realize they don't maybe necessarily have to just completely lock him down, they need to worry about the team as a whole now.
There's definitely that. There's the, basically he is helping with the build-up a good bit. A great presser of the ball as well and of the opposition. And then there's the aspects where, that first touch is so much better than Jamal Diarra, and it kind of keeps us to where we can actually possess the ball. But that could be good, that could be bad in some respects, because obviously we do really well with him on the counter. But it's that service. He still needs the type of service, because what he really found in the box, not really tonight. Like, it's still, unfortunately, he's like still feeding off of scraps. And Jamal Diarra, I mean, he couldn't miss. It's at that point, that's also him being in a right spot at the right time type of thing. So that's good striker instincts.
Yeah, and he almost had 2 of them tonight too. He almost had that one tap in.
Yes.
Yeah, Nick, what are your final thoughts on this match? And just anything else?
I want to comment. I would definitely want to comment on the dirty play of Orlando. My God, I have never seen such a petulant team of crying babies in my life after a legitimate straight red card. Yeah, and then their coach goes completely classless. I don't know what he said to get a red card himself. I'm sure it wasn't pretty. I am just going to say it out loud, and I don't care who hears me in this bus station. Fuck Orlando! Fuck them!
And it's absolutely deserved. Yeah, because it was also, I think they had 1 foul in the first half, apparently, which is...
Yeah, I think they have 4 overall.
Yeah, it was just bananas. Like, that doesn't compute. Something is off. And, it just... Agreed, Nick. It's, people were singing those 4 letters all night long. And
we made our voices heard tonight.
We
made our voices heard.
Yeah, you guys were the extra man on the pitch for sure tonight. Everyone noticed it. Everyone heard it. And it made the difference. I mean, like I said it when we were talking earlier, the goal felt inevitable. The third one. it felt inevitable because of the energy in the Benz. The players felt it. Orlando felt it. Everyone felt it, and it was only a matter of time.
Right. And I think there was a mistake by Orlando as well, which, I mean, the number of mistakes that they made, of course. But on their second goal, the player went and celebrated in front of the supporter section. I believe he put some ears up or something. He just, boastful. You riled up the fans. You dumbass. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible that
Not
he did that.
in our house. You don't do that in our house.
I mean,
No.
Yeah.
you may
Not
be
at
been
all.
able to do this like 4 or 5 times before this game, but not this game. This is where we cut it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's only if you're Adam John, then we'll just like threaten to sign you and actually sign you. But
That's true. The shusher gets signed.
beyond him. But yeah, so it's you deserved it. You deserved it. Disney Kitties, you deserved it.
I mean, this is a great entry for Ronnie Dyla and Atlanta United in the rivalry book between the teams, because the rivalry had kind of cooled a bit, and I felt like there wasn't a lot of, like, the last 2 confrontations. The playoffs are high stakes, but there wasn't a lot of drama. There wasn't a lot of, like, I don't know, tit for tat and kind of shittiness. But in this game, there was a lot of emotion involved, a lot of intensity, and I feel like that did a lot to reinvigorate that rivalry.
Right.
I gotta go.
It's the reverse picture.
All right, Nick. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming on.
Good night. Thanks.
Good night, bud.
Bye.
It's the reverse fixture as well. The fact that we did get clapped 3-0, in Orlando. Like, you cannot allow the reverse fixture. You can't allow them to do the double. And thankfully, yeah, there was enough fight to make sure that was not the case. But what we should do is put up that Patreon 11.
Right. Let me get that going. And because we will be seeing some more of these Patreons on here tonight, because everyone wants to come on for a win. Let's go. Nick in the ATL, Gavin, Marshall, Jeff, and Andrew are our top Patreons at the highest levels right now. Thank you very much to them for supporting the stream. Appreciate you guys as always. And just so happy we can hang out and talk with you guys for a win.
And if you guys,
2 back-to-back.
if you guys want priorities on the stream, on pretty much, a lot of the things that we do, then join us on the Patreon so that you can get involved.
All right, let me read some of these while we're waiting for our next guest. Let me read some of these comments, and of course there's a lot of them tonight. If you have anything you really want me to read, I'm not going to be reading everything, especially conversations between guys. Please send us a super chat or something along those lines, and it will obviously be read. Let's see where we're at. We do have actually our next guest popping in right now. Let me get his name correct on here. I don't want to misname him. That might make him upset. So for his introduction, let's make sure we got the right name. It's spelled Gavin, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right. Got it. Good. Making sure I have that correct. My research team got the name correct. I'm glad. All right, Gavin, how you doing? It's a win, 2 back-to-back. Is this feeling like a new Atlanta United team to you? What are you thinking?
2 words. Orlando!
Amen, brother.
It might be 3, but yeah.
Okay. I had to get that out of my system. I had to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So, this was not pretty at first. It was not pretty at first. We had their first goal in the 5th minute. Guzan could have done a lot better, I think.
Agree.
And we equalized. Moranchuk got a great play. Saba, credit to Saba on the first goal for making that happen. I think in a similar way of creating that goal against Cincinnati with Jay Fortune's goal last week. I found that a little similar, and regardless, that was a handball, but we still scored, so tie game then. Derek Williams, what the hell, dude? what the hell? Just terrible giveaway, and then Orlando's right back in the lead.
I mean, that's called being old, I think. It's probably what that was.
And a boneheaded play, and we're back down for a majority of the match, and I'm thinking, man, here we go again. It doesn't, like, I'm just thinking there's no way we can do this game, just seeing how Orlando's playing. And then even someone mentioned, I don't know his name, but he makes podcasts and stuff, he mentioned he would shave his head if Atlanta won the game when we went down 2-1. And hey, he's like, oh, never mind, nope. But I will draw something on my forehead. Like, come on, dude, you've got to be a man of your word. Dude, shave your forehead. Come on, man.
I think he is writing Vamos ATL on his forehead, and we'll take a picture
That works,
and post
but
it
it's
in
not,
the chat tomorrow.
It's not good enough.
It ain't the same.
Yeah,
Shave your
exactly.
head,
Exactly. It's not the same. But yeah, second half completely changed. Mateusz Klich, what a freaking guy for making that happen. Because without the red card, I don't think we would have won this game. But I think we could have at least still got a draw out of this without the red card. Well, I mean, the game would have been completely different. The game state, just completely flipped after that red card. Bartek with a banger. I'm sorry.
And
Two for him in 2 matches.
Before I forget, Gavin, that's one of the guests that comes on here once in a while, and his podcast is United in the 5. Just so I remember.
Right, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. He keeps
So
changing
at
his
him.
Discord name.
So at him, so he knows he has to shave his head.
He has to. I was already queuing him up in the chat, and he was like, nope. Come on, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and dude, man, I went bonkers after we scored that winner. Jamal Tiore. And he did it against Toronto last year. He's done it again. And Atlanta, 2 wins in a row. Is that the first time we've done that this year? Because I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is.
Against 2 really good teams.
Yeah.
Against 2 really good teams. Hey, I'm not. It wasn't pretty either, but it happened. And no matter how you perform, if you get that win, that can set a tone for what could be in this away stretch. It's insane to me how we're not gonna have a home game until mid-July. Like that's insane to me. So I'm like, screw that. I'm still going to the Miami game because I'll be going to the Miami game later. In a couple. I don't know when it is, but it's June 28th. That's exactly a month from now, I think.
Yeah.
June 28th. Yeah.
Yeah, 28th.
Yeah.
That's right.
But let's fucking go! What a win!
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask who was the top contributors for you in this game?
Yeah. Okay. No doubt about it, Alexei Moranchuk. Bartek Schlich, I think, was really good in the midfield and got a banger. My third one, number 3, hold on. I actually wrote these down because I write these down all the time. The third one I had was Saba. Because Saba, did he have 2 assists this game?
He did. Yeah.
Like I mentioned, he created that first goal and the game-winning goal. But honorable mentions are Klich for that red card and TRA for his winner. I'll give you 5.
So SofaScore has him as 1 assist. I think he might have like a hockey
so
assist.
Because of that, it's a deflection, so it didn't really count. But
yeah, but still, without him, that goal wouldn't have happened in the first half. So, yeah, still, regardless, those are my top contributors, and they played really. Alexei Moranchuk had a great game, man. Look, I hate to bring this up. Look, I love Miggy Almiron, but what is going on?
We gotta talk about Miggy. Let's do it right now. So, what is going on with Miggy? Is he doing kind of like what I was saying about, like the intangibles that don't show up in stats, like I was kind of hinting with Emmanuel Latelat, like, yeah, he's not scoring goals, but his presence opens up for other attackers to do their thing. Is there something similar, like in I learned this term the other night, but it's in medicine, there's a term called occult symptoms. Basically like hidden symptoms that you don't know about when you're doing an assessment on someone as a doctor, and they kind of just appear throughout, like later on or whatever. Are there occult-like abilities and things he's doing that don't show up on stat pages and things like that are really, really beneficial to us, but we just don't know it or see it?
I'll answer it, but Gavin, go ahead.
No, I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest.
Okay.
That's like,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think there absolutely is. Obviously, his work rate, his pressing ability is where it is helpful for us. It also is where the game state absolutely is important here, because where and who Mickey plays against, and Emmanuel Atlutd, they are playing against the starters on the opposing teams. So, yeah, the players that scored today, I mean, obviously, Tiare, fresh legs against a tired side, against a 10-man side. Schliess's banger. It almost, I mean, if it hit the post the wrong way on the other side of it, it would have been a goal, but it was an unstoppable hit. And the game kind of was begging for that. You needed to keep Orlando City honest by shooting from distance. And they kept Luis Abram pretty much, do something against us, because basically they basically gave him just carte blanche, hey, just have the ball in space, you're not going to do anything to us. I wanted him to kind of shoot, keep them honest.
Yeah.
But, it's one of these things like, Schliess, he took it upon himself to do that. Now, back to Miggy, as far as he helps us in the build-up a good bit.
Yeah.
Like, he was one of those operators that allowed us to keep ticking, to keep finding that open man. And, is he more of an open space player? Yeah. And that's the thing, he can still help us when this was as deep of a low block as possible. This was not only a park bus, this was a fleet of buses.
Yeah.
And it's like Miggy is a player that thrives in open space. And how many of those have we been able to really achieve this year?
Yeah. I mean, to your point, thinking about, like, someone in the chat was talking about how, like, he got off the plane and all of a sudden Miggy's, like, pace and everything seems to have left him. It's like, well, he's also, not playing the position he was at Newcastle. He's playing a different kind of position a lot of times. And a lot of times when he's playing that position as winger, he is used to running into open space because that's the kind of player he was. Whereas back in 2018, he also was able to do that, run into space. Here, that's not exactly what he's been asked to do. And I think Ronnie Dial has also asked him and the team itself, not so much hero ball, please. More so work as a unit. And so he's kind of taken that message, and now he doesn't do a lot of taking on 1v1 as much anymore. And to some people, that bothers them because they expect Miggy to be the type of player to take over a game, beat his man, get on the dribble, Joseph Martinez himself into the box, go around the goalie and tap it in. Like, that's what they're expecting with a signing like him, what his legacy was here. But that's not how he's being deployed. That's not how he has played in England. And that's not what they're expecting of him here today. So it's going to be different. It's going to look different. And I'm not apologizing for his behavior and his play because, honestly, it's not good enough. He's not doing enough, in my opinion. I still think he should be on the score sheet more. I still think he should be more dangerous instead of just build up, instead of just facilitating. But in terms of only doing those things, I think he's doing them adequately.
Right. And I think that's the thing. You look at, and Gavin, we'll let you speak.
Yeah.
But,
no worries. I was going to,
Go for it.
Just
Go
let him speak now, AJ.
Sorry.
God, jeez.
I'm sorry. Okay. I was just saying, unfortunately, like, for the fans, this is not Tata Martino. It's not 2018 anymore. It's unfortunate we're seeing Miggy like this. But I think at some point he will get out of this ruck that he's in. It's unfortunate to see it. Like, I'd say, like, he's missing these bad passes. He's losing the ball. He operates in open spaces more. And unfortunately, we don't see him in that as much anymore. So I'm not saying like he's just gonna be like this for. I think at some point he's gonna do a lot better, and he's gonna like as time goes by. Like I feel like we're starting to get things going, but I think he's just gotta find his way into it. I feel like at some point he could make it, but we'll find out. Only time will tell.
Yeah. I don't think there's a coincidence that Manuel Atlutd and Miggy have not been on the score sheet recently, and they've been deployed as the two strikers up top. They're not getting the type of service that allows them to thrive, and so yeah, that's why you're seeing other players really score, because it's that also type of the game state. It's where we are as far as our progression, if you want to call it that, playing in this system where, I mean, it requires them to try to impact the game from a higher up position. And you see both of them have to pretty much come back and really try to find a foothold in the game, and which Miggy obviously does, but yes, he is losing the ball a little bit more than maybe we all like, but I still think it's not to a level where, he's a liability and, he needs to be off the pitch. I think the unfortunate thing was he was passing it on the left side anyway to Ronald Hernandez, where it's just, there's not really, it's a kind of a black hole there when he's playing. When Amador came on, then you started to see, man, that service immediately started to be better. And it's one of those things where our defense, because we have so many left footers, and then especially Derek Williams having to play on the right side, I mean, it's just like the 1-2 touches that he has to take in order to get the pass going to the right areas, it slows the game down.
Yeah.
And that's why we're missing a Stian Gregerson there. That's why, like, when you get the proper foot on the right side of the pitch, it allows you to play a lot faster where the defense isn't already set. And I think that's, unfortunately, like, we're dealing with a lot of that. And every time you have to take 2 touches versus 1, you slow the game down.
100%. Gavin, final thoughts about this game.
Yeah, I was gonna mention, I think bringing Stian back to this lineup will make a big change. I think it'll help a lot defensively. When he's healthy, I think he's one of the best defenders, maybe in the MLS. I think. I just feel like it would make a true difference. I feel like we'd be better defensively, and we can be better. We're scoring goals. Like, we're scoring goals. We're finally doing it, but we're also conceding own-headed plays. And also, a very funny thing to mention. I mean, we still give away goals, and Orlando still lost. That's just so funny. And hey, what was it?
Yeah.
What was it? They had an unbeaten streak and like a clean sheet streak or something? Or what was that
snapped.
about?
I made sure to point that out earlier.
It'd be a shame if
them.
something happened to that. It would be such a shame to all teams, but Atlanta United.
Yeah, dude.
Go.
It's so funny that it was like usually we were not beating the Dr. Atlanta accusations earlier this season, and now we are back to being a backbreaker, and that feels good to be back there. So, yeah. Also, one more thing. Gavin kind of reminded me about something. The coach was saying that. I forgot. Right, well, I have to look it up. There was a quote that I need to get from him again because it really was thought-provoking, but I forgot about it. But anyway, Gavin, appreciate you giving your final thoughts, and we'll hopefully talk to you for. At this point, maybe it's another win. I mean, how can you not say maybe it is another win?
Hey, who knows? Atlanta United 2025, it might be making a turn. We'll see. Red Bulls on Saturday. It's going to be tough, but hey, you beat Cincinnati and Orlando. Why can we not? Can't we not beat the Red Bulls on Saturday?
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
Almost Atlanta.
All right. Thanks
See
a
you,
lot,
Gavin.
Thank you guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
thank you, bud.
Oh, and AJ, remember what you said last week? Oh, he didn't do it this time.
You had to mention it.
Right. So Tyler Pilgrim reported that Dyla said being average is boring.
He did
And
say
we
that.
need to
right.
get wins away now. So I think that's maybe what you were trying to say.
No, there was something else too that I thought was really interesting. But that, I mean, he had a couple of interesting things in the press conference. But yeah, there was one other one. All right, let me see. Let me get our next guest. Come on in. All right, and in the meanwhile, let me see if I can read a couple more of these comments. So Kyle says, should we really be winning like this? It's a good point. A lot of this, like, oh, I remember it now. Of course. Thank you. Of course, the first comment I read brings it back. Ronnie Dyla did say, we can't win every game 3-4 goals scoring. We're going to have to figure out how to eke out like 1-2-0 or 2-1 wins. Like, we can't just keep, because someday the goals are not going to come. And we got to be able to figure out what to do then. And we haven't had to be called upon to do that yet. And in an away game, that's far more likely what we'll be seeing the complexion of versus what we're seeing now. So sorry, Gavin. I couldn't remember the quote, but now I do. So anyway, we do have Drew here, though, to talk on that. Drew, did you catch what I was just saying there?
No, I just caught the tail end of that.
So basically, and one of the chatters was saying also that, you know, is this the way we want to be winning games? I think it was Ethan, one of our former editors, also commented by saying, you know, Darren Eels is smiling very happily somewhere, knowing that we're winning all of our games like 4-3, 3-2, and things like this. It's very much that style that he was promulgating. So my question to you, is this a safe way for us to continue to play, or can we even keep this kind of pace off? Like Ronnie was saying in the press conference, we can't win every game 3-4 goals. You know, there's going to be games where we only can score 1 or 2. Where's the discipline? How are we going to be able to, you know, win specifically away games, which are more likely going to end like that? So do we have that type of ability to do that? Or is this a, you know, we got to score 3 or 4, or if not, we're just going to get blown out?
I think for now, we are trying to get our feet under us right now. And we have to win any way we can at this point. I think those tighter games, those 1-0, 2-0 wins, those 2-1 wins will come. Right now, it's about getting the confidence back, showing that, yes, we just went up against 2 top teams and beat them. We can go on the road. And I know there was talk about earlier in the season trying to get this team building, this confidence back in this team, trying to make a togetherness in this group. This is the time to do it. This long stretch of road games, you're going to be away for a long period of time. This is where you build up that relationship. This is where you find that team chemistry. I can tell you numerous stories I've heard of NHL teams going on long road trips, and those being the turning points for seasons in having the group come together. So moments like this is where a season can change.
That's 100% correct. I mean, just in my personal experience, just like going on, I remember maybe not knowing someone like super well, but like knowing them pretty well, going on like a road trip with them, you become fast friends. Like, that makes a lot of sense to me. I can see that happening. Hopefully that's a galvanizing thing for this team. AJ, any thoughts?
I mean, agreed. It's, you know, with Labonda, you heard about the, well, you didn't hear about it. You heard it from the horse's mouth. You know, Tito talking about those late night FIFA tournaments, you know, where they're playing till like, maybe like 5 or 6 a.m., something like that. It's like, yeah, don't let Tata hear that, but it is one of those, it brings the team together. And I think I think everyone on the team probably at least plays some EA, right? So
Or some foosball. Come on, something.
I think get the competition, get the camaraderie going. I think that's something that will be rife for, I think, the team building that we desperately need, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the game wise, as far as the chemistry between the players, it definitely seems a lot better. Would you say?
Yes, and there's still some little things here and there that you can kind of nitpick, but you see it starting to develop. You're seeing the chemistry with Saba and Miranchuk on that side. You're starting to see Sleesh and Fortune playing well, very well together, and knowing when the other goes to take up the other space, and you're seeing that kind of structure being put in here. If that continues on with the rest of the team, we will be a scary force. We aren't clicking. Our best players are still a little behind. And we're starting to turn this around, and that is a scary thing for the rest of the league.
Yeah, hopefully so, because it is that we may not salvage a playoff spot, but we could still play spoiler for the rest of the season. In which case, I mean, if we at least have better vibes, I'm for it.
because what does that do? That builds us for the chemistry for next season, and that's kind of even like what Garth and everyone was hinting at. It's like, this isn't necessarily a cup-winning team right off the bat. He didn't expect it to be, and I don't think any of us were necessarily expecting it to be. We thought they'd be higher up, of course, but not exactly winning the cup like year one, essentially. But I think that's a great, if they can, catch fire and really bond, and then there's some interesting stuff that happens. That we already starting to see a little bit of interesting things happen, taking down some relatively high up in the standings Eastern Giants, and some people are saying not convincing fashion, which I can kind of see that. I mean, FC Cincy I thought was fairly convincing, but Orlando I could see it as like being However, I think this is all good for
fortuitous things happens for sure. I mean, the red card and pretty much the pandemonium that it caused on the Orlando bench really
the fact that Sleesh just got a banger, because like 9 times out of 10 Sleesh takes that hit, he misses. Mm-hmm. You've seen it many times. I mean,
well, for sure, and you've also seen the hits more like Mascara's, where that counterattack. It's like you had 3 other guys that the ball was pretty much with, or could have gone to, and unfortunately it ended up with Mascara.
He ran into his own player and lost his footing and fell over, and then got up and acted like another player from Orlando pulled him down. And I'm like, bro, that was all you.
Yeah, that was a different play, but still, either way, I mean, it was like, you're going for it. Mascara at left wing back, you're not exactly, you're gonna do this very often. So it's we'll excuse it in the event that we're pretty much chasing a win, because you have to.
I'll give him this. He half made up for himself with that last second header toward the end of the game. They're not getting that defensively away. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Drew,
I'll give him that pass.
I did hear you had loaded up a bit of a Miggy rant, so let it go if you have one.
Okay, so we really do need to talk about him. We came into this season with him having very high expectations. Maybe not what he was before, but we were still expecting at least part of what he brought before. We aren't even getting that. He is starting to become a little bit invisible. He is coming back way deeper than he should. He is trying everything in his power to be impactful in the worst ways. I think this is where he needs to start to evolve his game. I think this is where he needs to, especially in this sort of formation, become that second striker. He needs to try to not think of himself as a 10 or a winger here. Try to think of himself as a second striker and start making runs like a striker, and start making line splitting runs. Start trying to force teams back. We know you have decent pace. We know you have decent technical ability. So does the rest of the league. The rest of the league is on the lookout for that. What you did in the past is not going to work. Your age is catching up to you a little bit here. We know you still have the killer instinct and the shot in you. I think it's just time to evolve. We've seen it in the past with different players throughout different leagues evolve their type of games as they've gotten older. The greatest example is Ronaldo and how he evolved into a way more clinical striker compared to a tricky winger. I think that is what we need Miggy to kind of undertake and see what he can do with that sort of position.
Yeah, I think he's doing it to a degree. I think Ronnie's asking him to less hero ball, right? Was kind of my point earlier. I think there's to your point. I think people were expecting the hero ball type mentality, someone to come in and light up the league, and then he's like, well, why is he not, putting up all these noticeable numbers? Anyway, AJ, go ahead.
Yeah. I think there is this though. Like I do agree that he does need to make off the ball runs. Imagine Emmanuel Atlutd going one direction, Miggy going the other direction, and Miranchuk having the choice to just spread it wherever he wants because he's got runners. I agree there for sure. I think there is a thing where Miggy, this has been him at every stop he's been at. He gets in goal scoring droughts. In the 2017 season, he got that triple with us, and then or the hat trick, or whatever we want to call it. But and then there were some goal droughts in that 2017 season as well. He's never been messy. He's not a guy who can mazy run, dribble around the entire team, and then score a goal by himself. From deep. That's not his game. Like his game has been always more open space, where I think he can pair along with somebody like a Emmanuel Atlutd, like a Jose Martinez, where they're both on the same mindset. They're gonna go and hopefully somebody like a Miranchuk, but previously like a Gressel, could find them early. But that's not really the game that they're asked to be played right now. And it's also, I think, Miggy, like as far as a Ronaldo comparison, it's just obviously it's levels. And Miggy, as hard of a worker as he is, and as great in MLS as he is, it's just that it's like, even say a Vander or like Lucho Acosta, like there's so many different flavors of number 10s. I mean, we see it with Miranchuk as well. It's difficult to kind of pin Miggy down as kind of just an out and out 10 at any stop that he's been at. Like his most successful spell with us was as a second striker in 2018 in that 3-5-2 where we were hitting teams on the counter. In which case, when we play away, that is absolutely how we need to play. Screw the whole like trying to play with the ball and all that. Like that was completely game state in this match. But we try to do that on the road, we're gonna get Pineda balled, and it's gonna be ugly. And yeah, we absolutely need to not do that.
Speaking of Lucho and Evander, they played each other tonight. Neither of them scored, but they did. Both their teams scored 3 goals. They ended a 3-3 game.
Crazy game. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds like a crazy game. I kind of want to watch that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's that. It's you know, I agree with you, Drew. It's that. It's like he does need to evolve his game. But yeah, I just think we have a misconception about Miggy as well, though. It's, you know, his game has never really been, dribble around the entire team. He's never been a massive creator. He's never been a really heavy goal scorer to a degree. It's more like, yeah, he chips in with a good number of goals. He can get into double digits, but is he going to take a lot of shots to get there? Yeah. Are there going to be some ugly shots? Yeah.
Interestingly, he only had 1 shot that was off target tonight.
And I was going to say, that's one of the things I've been noticing too, is he hasn't gotten as many shots recently. And that's a little concerning for me, is I think if he's shooting, I'm a lot less concerned, because he's at least taking the opportunities. He's trying as much as he can to get that, to kind of break that duck and kind of keep trying. But right now it feels very dry for both strikers right now. It feels really dry.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, because again, it's still a little bit of the service. It's like Miggy pretty much had to be in that kind of left 8 position a lot in this match, and then the only person that he could pass to was Ronaldo Hernandez for the majority of the match.
Yeah, going out wide. Yeah.
Yeah, and
yeah, lot
maybe
of the balls
yeah.
To
Sorry, go ahead.
AJ's point, a lot of the balls, again, like we pointed out multiple weeks now, a lot of the balls that go to Emmanuel Atlutd or Miggy in any kind of goal-scoring area are hospital balls. That they have to take like 10 touches to control them in order to do anything with them, and by then, obviously, they can't score. It's frustrating to see. They have, as AJ very appropriately dubbed them, scraps. They are definitely scraps.
Yeah, I don't think, like, besides, a ball over the top, which you can barely say is a massive chance he pass. It's usually, he makes people look a lot better, like Emmanuel Atlutd anyway. Makes people look a lot better because he can actually get on the end of those, no matter how. Like, it's not like there was one Orlando ball. It was a diagonal, and there was an Orlando player that, like, man, that touch, immaculate. Like, kudos, massive props for that one, because that was like, oh wow. And that was right on his foot, right on his I think right foot. Like, we don't get those type of service. Like, basically, Emmanuel Atlutd, Miggy, they haven't seen that type of service this year. And I think that's one of the main problems, is that, it's like we're saying, they're feeding off of scraps. There's not really, like, clear-cut chances that I can really recount this season that it's like, oh man, like, they got exactly what, where they want the ball, and they missed a sitter. It was more they created a chance maybe, and they got in the box, and then sure, but, I mean, you guys tell me. I can't think of a just clear-cut chance for either Emmanuel Atlutd or Miggy.
No.
Not one that they've really created, or that they haven't created, because you got to think the one versus Cincy, it was Atlutd just running down a ball and creating something out of nothing almost, and just being forced wide, and that's probably the best look he's gotten all season.
Right.
And a lot of our
some
goals,
other, yeah.
A lot of our
Some
goals
other
have been
chances from,
chaos, like
Men's
chaos
Left
balls
Left.
in the box.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And then, or it's Guzan, he ball over the top, and pretty much what happened to Derek Williams tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And then he chipped it, right? So it's like, it's not exactly where I think we're creating a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah, we're creating
I
a
think
lot
that's-
of stuff, not good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Drew.
But anyway,
Give us your final thoughts on this match.
This was a very good performance to follow up after this weekend. It was a great way to just keep this momentum going. And I'm liking what I'm starting to see from this team. I'm liking how players are starting to gel. Marenchuk is coming out again. We saw what he could do last season, and he's showing it again. And this is why we paid the money for him. And if he keeps going like he has been, he will keep proving it. And that is exactly what we need. Schleich. I don't know how this guy he pulls out a random banger out of nowhere once a season.
Yeah.
And he did it against Nashville last year, and just it's great to see some depth scoring. That we were begging for this last season, just depth pieces getting goals at key moments, and it's great to see. Jay Fortune again, very solid performance. It might go under the radar here, but he played a hell of a game, and being able to fill in at a right back position, fantastic job, just hands down. Jamal, you just keep doing what you're doing. You coming off the bench and contributing the way you are, you're gonna keep getting all the playing time.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much found like what works right now, at least. Like in terms of subs, in terms of personnel for the starting 11, I think in tactics, I think we found what works, which is took a lot of tinkering, but we might be there. All right, Drew, thanks for hanging out. It was a win. Hopefully, you can make it 3 next week, and maybe we'll have you back.
Hey.
Right, it's the good stuff tonight, right? Celebratory. Elijah Craig, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That
All right,
sweet sound of that chord.
I was thinking of breaking
man.
out the Talisker Storm tonight, but I decided let's just do a couple beers. That's my drink of choice.
Okay.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Good night, gentlemen.
Cheers.
All right. Oh, we wait for our. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Hopefully he understands. All right, let me look at more of these. We only got through one comment. Dang. So we will go through quite a bit. I definitely promise that. Also, super chats are very much appreciated, and they will be read. Giuseppe LaRocca says, "Have we finally turned the ship around?" It's too early to say that. Joshua says, "Congratulations on your win." Yep, thank you. Lanaza Leon says, "Kyle, I agree, but the boys need."
Orlando fan?
Huh? I don't. I
Is that
think.
an Orlando?
No, I've seen him here before, so I don't think it's an Orlando.
Okay.
He's just a casual neutral who likes to tune in. Maybe.
Okay, all right.
Maybe he comes here for
Cool.
you, AJ.
All right.
He just really likes you. Maybe. Lanasa Leon says, "Kyle, I agree, but the boys need confidence right now. A win is a win. It's going to get better." Hi Bye says, "We streaking," and OFYO. If you know, you know. Bryson Cicero says, "I told you last week, Mike. Well, Sunday, but we are back." And yeah, it definitely feels like we might be a little back right now. Definitely Orlando feels like it. Yeah, Gavin says, "Finally." Hi Bye says, "Let's get it." Huh?
They feel snake bit. That's probably for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Kyle Apgar says, "We are doing it." Hi Bye says, "Holy sleesh." Sam R says, "On the bounce." Jack Dickens says, "Jamal again coming up clutch." And Alexi, "What the fuck? Where has this version been? Let's give him praise. Man, he's the reason we won. He's the reason we won that game." Thought we were doing like a Christ reference for a second. He is risen. Kevin B. Sleesh.
Yeah, too much.
Sheesh. That's right. Sleesh sheesh. Jack Dickens says, "Reason." Yeah. The thing. Let's fucking go. Gavin Marshall. I know about that. Sam R says, adios, Oscar. Yeah. Williams is liability at least once every game. Wait, what happened? How am I supposed to feel? Ingest 101 says, I was all set to not care anymore about this season. AJ, do I dare start rooting for our team again this year? Yeah.
Were you actively rooting against the team? Because
no, I think it was
that's
just.
what that
I think
implies.
it was the apathy that we talk about once in a while.
Sure. I mean, yeah, apathy doesn't mean that you're not rooting for your team, though. It's just...
Apathy means you're not tuning in.
It doesn't mean you're not rooting for your team.
I mean, yeah, if you get taken aside and asked, do you still like the Five Stripes? They'll say yes. But did you watch the game? No. Glenn.
And that doesn't mean you're not rooting for the team. It's like, hey, like if you don't have a rooting interest in a neutral match, then okay, you're not really rooting for somebody. But if you're a fan of the team, okay, you didn't watch that game, you're not rooting actively against your team. So it's semantics, but
It's semantics.
I think it's
But you know what isn't semantics? Glenn from the 5 Takes on the 5 Stripes. And guess what? He's got a special message for us tonight. He's going to talk a little bit first about Decatur FC. Glenn, take it away.
Yeah. If you're into scoring goals and winning games and supporting the women's game on the side of things and just grassroots lower league football, Decatur FC is your team. It's great. They're in their second season. They have a match this Friday. All their matches are at Decatur High School. They kick off at 7 o'clock every Friday. Their home matches.
a little closer.
Oh, sorry. Is the mic no good?
It was just a little softer, but go ahead.
He likes it hard. Unlike, that was, there's a joke. There's a joke here about Ronnie Dyla telling the team to not play so soft.
Yeah, I need to record not so soft. Apparently. My voice is hurting a little bit as well.
I almost feel like we reversed that joke, but of course we didn't. Anyway, Glenn. So yeah, Decatur FC. They scored what, 8 goals or was it or something like that?
Wow.
Yeah, last week at their home match against Union 10 FC, which, to be fair, it was a bit lopsided because the girls from Decatur, they're really fit, they're really stout. That we just outsized them, out athletic them. So not every match is going to be that slanted, or so Coach Chapman tells us. But then they went and played Atlanta Fire United away just a couple days ago and won 5-2. So come on out this Friday. We play Atlanta Fire United again, and it's at Decatur High School at 7 o'clock. And it's a really good time. It's super affordable, super accessible. Parking is free. It's right there at the MARTA station. Pre-game is at O'Sullivan's, which is Gareth O'Sullivan. He's the owner of the team, owner of that pub. It's right in Decatur Square. Great drinks and food there. That starts at 5. The team will be there. The players will be there. The mascots will be there. It's a lot of fun for kids.
I hope the players aren't getting sloshed before the game, though.
No, I don't think so. When after the match, though, when it ended, we went back up to O'Sullivan's last Friday, and all the players were there eating plates of bananas. It's really great. It's fun. And it's just cool to see pathways being provided for young girls to go on and play professional. And hopefully we'll be able to make some big announcements in the next coming days, or maybe they'll even announce it at the game, where there's some players that've got some opportunities coming that are going on to massive things. We just can't say what yet, but it's cool that, little old Decatur, Georgia is providing these opportunities and putting Decatur on the map. That's pretty cool.
And Glenn is too humble to mention this, but in the for the 5 Takes podcast and what they're doing over there, they are now specifically able to cover Decatur FC. So if you want to know all about them, keep tabs on them and everything, 5 Takes is the ones to go to. And in our Discord, we have a specific channel for that team to monitor all their stuff. He's in charge of that. He'll be monitoring that and providing everything. So please, if you're interested in that kind of thing, growing the game here, specifically in the women's game, that is something to keep your eye on. So yeah, awesome stuff. Anyway, Glenn, about the game tonight, what did you think? Where's your, maybe we can even dare to say 3 stars from you?
Man, it's amazing what 6 points will do for you. because now I'm already thinking about, all right, let's get on the road and go. I can't wait 6 games. So we actually are going up to Columbus. We're gonna catch that one.
Nice.
I haven't been to lower.com yet, so we're gonna both go.
You're
to
gonna say
that
hi
one.
to Tommy? Is he going to
Yep,
that
Tommy's
game?
going to be there from Scarves and Spikes. I already hit him up today. Yep, and we'll get together, and that'll be a good time. Always fun hanging out with Tommy. We usually see him at the Cincinnati matches. I try to get up for there. It's a great venue. Lower.com looks like a great place to watch a game, so looking forward to that, and it's nice to go with a bit of optimism on the road. 3 stars for tonight. Oh, player-wise, just for players or anything?
Screw it. It's usually for
Players,
players, but
coach.
whatever you want.
Okay. I'll give it to Bartow just for like straight up play. Incredible, man. I mean, that's the pit bull we've needed. His foot on the ball everywhere he needed to be. Getting stuck in, winning his duels. 4 ball recoveries, a golazo. The XG on that was 0.05. It had a 5% chance of being a goal. So, not bad from him. Cleek for the mental games and just getting in Orlando's head rent-free.
The
Love
dark
it.
arts.
Yeah, wonderful. And it's got to be Alexi. And I'll be the first. I'll raise my hand. I have called him on our show many times over a failure and the worst mistake we've made, in recent history as far as player acquisition.
Whoever wrote the 5 takes tonight said bon appetit.
Look, if I have to eat my words, I will do so happily. Credit to him, man.
Yeah.
Past
absolutely.
3 games, he's got multiple assists. He had an assist and a hockey assist tonight. Goal.
Yeah. So we haven't really talked about the stats really that much tonight. Let me go over them real quick. So according to SofaScore, we had a 1.49 XG this game. Orlando had 0.91. We had 2 big chances. They had 1. We had 13 total shots. They had 11. We had 3 saves. They had 2 saves. We had 5 corner kicks. They had 6, which apparently what the commentators were saying, Orlando is not a big corner kick team. So it was, abnormal for them in this. We had 12 fouls. They only had, like we said earlier, strangely, 4. We had 547 passes. They had 381. And the possession was 60% us to 40% them. And it was strange because it was like 50% in the first half, which at least in the beginning of the first 15 or so minutes, it was like all Orlando. And we started thinking, this might not be super pretty. This is kind of seeming like what the stats on the paper were indicating this game might be. Luckily, it didn't pan out like that.
However.
Yeah. So anyway, that is the same ref, isn't it?
It is the same ref.
Is.
Same one we had for New York City. We were undefeated when he refs.
He's soft on Atlanta, right? Yeah, I think so. That's what AJ said.
I don't know. I'm all sorts of superstitious now. Like Ronnie's got to wear white.
Of course. Yeah.
When do
we all show up to the games in white t-shirts?
all of us in plain white tees.
Haynes
Tyler
is going to make a
Pilgrim's
killing.
Tyler Pilgrim's got to bring his baby to the games. That's got to
right.
keep happening. We just don't wash that white shirt, Ronnie. Don't change anything.
So my contribution to the superstition is my kids found my Atlanta United rally flags, and while the game was about to start, they were imitating their own supporter section in my living room, waving the flags around right before the game started. So maybe we'll have to do that again as well.
You will.
Agreed. Well, that's the thing. Okay, so with the Ronnie Dyler white shirt, if he doesn't wash it, it will be very obvious.
So you think it's the same shirt?
Probably not, but and he probably has washed it.
He did say he's very superstitious.
Yeah, but if he doesn't wash it, I mean, it's gonna be like I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna ask Tyler. I gotta ask him. You gotta ask him if it's the same shirt.
These are the hard-hitting questions.
It's like those baseball players. I think it was like David Wells or something like that, but they never washed his hat, and that thing was just gross. And that's the thing. It's like if you're winning a lot of games, and that's maybe the reason why you think anyway. I mean, I don't think soccer players are as superstitious. Maybe in the little things like that. There are maybe the way you put your cleats on, maybe the way you wrap things, all that type of stuff. But it's not on a level of it, I think, baseball players. But
No.
And also, it's like, I used to, very much when I was watching Braves games, if I was leaning a certain way, I was like, oh no. And like, if the team was losing, I was like, oh my god. Like, I'll have to like sit a different way, and this innings was better, so okay, yeah, I'm gonna lean this way. It was, just every bit of that is I mean, maybe it is. Maybe we all have to continue to do what we were doing. And if you saw a goal in the bathroom, well, then you got to stay in the bathroom.
Yeah, so this is Scout's honor. Everyone who did something, you got to remember what that was and repeat it for next game, because we're sure as hell going to need it when we're not going to have the 17s in the building to support the guys in these away games, because it's going to be rough.
Yep.
We haven't won an away game yet.
Nope. And we got to go straight up to Red Bull, where we've never won. So,
but we've made
even if we
inroads
dig out
there. We've made inroads there recently.
We did. And, hey, man, like, we got 6 points in the past few games. If we can go up there and dig out a draw, I'm good.
Oh, easy.
And then
100%.
get a week's rest, and then kick on from there and see if we can pick up some more on the road here. It's just nice to see the team playing a brand of soccer that's entertaining, that we can identify, that we can start to see some attacking patterns with, just like the high-level stuff, the big stuff, which begs the question. I mean, yeah, Ronnie has made some formation, little tweaks and little tactical shifts, but not anything major. It's like, where's this been, and why couldn't it have been like this earlier, even if you didn't get a result? Where has this been? But fine, it's here now. I'm happy. That's great. Shoot, man. I mean, I got a double win today. Chelsea won Europa Conference League.
A trophy. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, champions of third tier Europe. You'll never sing that. We've won it all now. We've won every
pack
trophy,
it up,
including a Florida Cup. So, I'm good, man. It's been a good week, and at least it's nice to have some hope, a little bit of confidence going forward. That's all we're looking for.
So
and
I'm going to ask you one last question before I let you go,
sure.
And that
go ahead.
is, and this might take you a second to answer, how many points we getting out of this road campaign?
Out of an available 18.
Yeah, 6 games.
6 games. Let me see opponents. So we got Red Bull first, and then
This is going to be the hot question everyone will be answering this week. So
okay,
we got to get that in.
All right.
Lock it in early before everyone else does.
Of those 6, we've got Red Bull, NYC, Columbus, Miami, DC, Toronto. All right, Red Bulls is a draw, it's a point. New York City, it's a loss. Columbus, it's a draw. Miami, it's a win. That's 5. DC, it's a win. That's 8. Toronto, it's a draw. 9 points.
9 points, okay.
9 to
Percent of the points.
10,
Yep.
9 to 10, at least half. Give me half. Half is
You
bare
have
minimum.
us. You have us drawing at Columbus. Whew. He says.
I mean, I'm going
He
there,
says
man.
with a
I gotta.
Yeah, he's not gonna hope for a loss there. I get it. All right.
Yeah, I gotta. Hey, I just want to say I've been nothing but believing in Atlanta and Chelsea from the jump.
That's right.
From the jump,
That's
just
right.
believe
And
that
he's
we
got
would.
the bona fides to prove it. Yep.
No. 9 to 10 sounds about right. Yeah, I would like to think that we could get more, but it's been good to get these 2 points, but these 2 games, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This team's got a ways to go to get to where we want to, and I don't think anybody would be too dismayed with that point tally. And anything on top of that is gravy, and anything below is not gonna get it done.
Yeah, I've been hearing things.
Especially with our home form. Where
That's right. If the home form had been better, that would be phenomenal. 9 points. That's great because you won all your home games. That hasn't been the case. So.
Yeah, I mean,
and especially when we had the run of home games and we didn't.
We didn't. And we didn't.
Before these last 2 games, I've been hearing a lot of people throw up some really paltry expectations for this away campaign.
Sure.
Do we win a game? Is a question I've heard that happens
Yeah,
for them.
and that's
So-
totally fair. Like, look, even no matter what we do the rest of this season, how everybody was feeling up until this moment is totally valid. It doesn't invalidate all of that. Because we flipped the switch now, like, yeah, it doesn't. There's no way we can go back and look at those awful 8 matches and go,
And the
see,
flip-
we were
and the
building the
switch.
whole time.
And the switch can be reverse flipped again. It could
Yeah.
be. We don't
Oh,
know
yes.
if we will rubber
Oh, yes.
band. It's
Oh, yes.
yet to be seen. So,
Oh, yes,
and
for sure.
contemporary knowledge kind of indicates that there will likely be a regression to some kind of mean, and I'm a little worried about that, where that mean is. So we'll have to find out. It's going to be an interesting rest of the season with what Atlanta United does based on what they've done so far.
Yeah, agreed. So
Yeah.
9-10 points, and I'll be happy with that. And we'll have a couple watch parties
Yes, we
in
will.
between now and the next home game, which I believe is against Chicago in mid-July.
I think you're right.
So-
So join the Discord, because you will
Yes.
find out that information about these watch parties there
Yep.
before
have a
anywhere
good time.
else.
We'll have a
All
good
right.
time.
Thanks a lot, Glenn.
All right, boys.
Thanks for hanging out.
All right. See you later.
See ya.
Everyone.
Peace.
All right, let's get we still got a couple more guests. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight at 12:13. How many guys, what's the crew we got tonight? Let's see. 33 people. All right, wow. After midnight, Atlanta United After Dark, 33 people. That's amazing. Appreciate all you guys hanging out. So yeah, I messaged Tyler Pilgrim while you guys were talking about that. So we'll see if he asked that in a press conference about the shirt. I gotta know. So, we'll see. I'm pulling strings for you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, so who is next?
Yeah, what detergent is he using? If he's not washing it, then yeah, where is it being placed? What is his wife saying?
What is this? Oh man, that's these are the questions, like Glenn said. All right, while we're waiting for our next
It's all
guest,
the follow up.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Gavin says I'll be traveling for Miami on our match, and I think I'll be going to the Seattle match in July. Kevin B says, Cleek, master of the shithousing dark arts. Sam R says Williams is a liability at least once every game. I think I read that one. Alex Winberg says it was great to meet you at the game, AJ. Keep up the good work, lads. Yep, awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear AJ was on his best behavior and put his best foot forward at the game. Glad to hear that. Alex.
Well, I mean, there were some F-bombs, but
Alex Winberg says
We'll
we are so
that's
inconsistent.
Atlanta United fan behavior. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that is that's graded on a curve. Alex Winberg says we are so inconsistent that we can't even decide if we want to be consistently bad. That's true. I've seen more of Nick's ear than him, understandably, considering where he is. Yes, on the train, man. Marta's a whole thing. A lot of OFYOs in the chat. That's awesome to see. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you mentioned Adam John. That's right. Connor Thompson says, now can we beat our biggest task next, which is New York? That'll be that. I mean, we've been doing a lot of unthinkable things. So again, I asked this question, unfortunately prematurely, with one game too early. But I asked this question, and I really hoped this would turn things in a way, not me asking it, but the concept was in the team's mind, is that why the hell can't we turn this around? Why can't it be this game we do it? So happened to be the one in Cincinnati. No one expected it, and there it is. So why not can't we go to New York and get 3 points? It's possible. This new universe we're in, anything's possible. Lex Zone 6 says, we're at a point where we can't complain about ugly wins. We need them any way we can get them. Also, oh fuck you, Orlando. Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of these goals, low probability goals, just kind of like vibe goals, we will take what we can get right now to build the confidence. Agree. Bryson Cicero says, we don't lose on my birthday. That's the science behind it. I love that. Can you have your birthday again on Saturday by any chance?
Right. Just it's birthday month, so let's win for the rest of the month.
Exactly. Bryson says this all builds grit. Saba knows where to put the ball so that someone else, doesn't matter which team, puts it right in the net with one touch. That is true. He is a bit of a like a ninja that way. Just kind of sabotages the other team. Sabotage is a good word for him that Conti came up. Let's see, what else do we got on here? Bryson says, like Mike said, he brings a lot of attention and opens up space for the rest if he isn't directly affecting the game. Yeah, someone talking about Emmanuel Latte Lot. Skipping over some comments. A lot of conversation. Love to see that in the chat. That's good. There's a lot of controversial stuff going on. Kyle Apgar says, it took me coming down this past weekend to sort the team out. 2 wins into our streak. Yeah, dude. Again, we talked about superstitions. We talked about rituals, things that have to continue. You may have to come out for more games. Umi says, where do we expect Atlanta United to be in the standings after Saturday? Let's see. Let me see.
Oh, yeah, where are we now?
Yeah, I need to check out where we're at. We are currently in 12th, and we can only really, if New England doesn't win, we'd be tied in points with them if we win again. So realistically, we could be tied for 10th if Chicago and New England don't win anymore, if they don't play anymore. So there's that. So yeah, that's not a huge jump, but it's progress if that is what happens.
Right. There is the aspect that, Chicago and New England have 2 games in hand too, though. So yeah, it's, we have an uphill battle. We've dug ourselves a very, very deep hole. So
yeah. Let's see. Sam R says Decatur FC killed it this week. Had to leave early, but it was well in hand. Yeah, dude, they are feasting in their games. So exciting, high goal scoring games. Shut up, Cat. Why are you barging in? It's supposed to be a celebratory night tonight. I guess he's going off too. He's sounding off. Cameron Olfati, yeah, right, says with all the happiness with the W. Yeah. With all the happiness with the W, I just can't understand why Maranchuk keeps playing the ball backwards. Do you all see that too? I mean, he does play safe a lot. But he's doing better at that. Meaning, he's doing less balls backwards. They're still happening. Less balls backwards. They're more progressive in my estimation, and they're more effective. They're landing a little bit better at people's feet. There's still quite a few hospital balls at specifically Emmanuel Atilat and Almiron and Saba and higher up attackers. But I think in terms of percentages, he's getting better at those things. But they're still happening at a decent rate, and unfortunately, it's because the other teams are pushing us hard. And a lot of times the back pass or the lateral pass is the safest one, the most clean one for him to do. And he's a guy who values tidiness on the ball. Okay, I think we're basically at the end of the comments. There's just 3 more here. Cameron, that's oh yeah. Omar says Ronnie said his wife was buying more white teachers, so I'm guessing it's not the same one. Got it. Okay. Chris J said you have it all wrong with Miggy. He is playing within the structure of the team, and I'm happy goals are being spread around. So I mean, I think we kind of actually said that. At least I think that was my point. That he's not doing hero ball. We don't have the expectation of him to just grab the game by the scruff and go and score goals by himself. He's not going to Zlatan it, right? I think I was trying to make that point. So maybe if someone else had it wrong, fair play. But I don't think I was the one that was like that. And I don't think AJ was either, if I read him correctly. So
yeah, I mean, yeah. It's basically that. It's that's what I mean. Where he's not Messi. He's not going to take over the game by himself, and he's not going to dribble around the entire defense. So it's that he plays within the system of what we're playing, which, okay, yeah, it's not a great system, but we are asking not of every single, how to phrase this? Basically, we're not asking our forwards to just continually always win us the game. And yeah, I mean, it is, though, we still need to be feeding these strikers, and we're having a hell of a struggle doing that. I think if we were able to do that on a more consistent basis with some more patternistic ways, then yeah, we would be having a better time probably. But yeah, as well though, you do have to spread the goals around, and that's really, yeah, you see what happens. Like, other players are not afraid to shoot now, and they're playing without fear. And I think that's really, been one of the issues is, okay, like, you're in and around the box, shoot. Like, there's just no other ways about it. Like, you don't have to wait for the perfect chance, especially if you're not scoring. Just shoot.
Yeah.
And
make your own luck, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Siddhartha says, does the defense get better when Steen joins back? I mean, AJ kind of pointed out that earlier today, with him being a natural right footer, having someone on that side and we know his speed, we know his Miles Robinson-esque ability to be a release valve. I think he is just athletically our best center back, so having him and his height is a very crucial piece. So yeah, and I think a lot of people talk about him potentially being a top MLS center back if he can stay healthy. Unfortunately,
that's the biggest if, though. Yeah, like, he has been Mr. Glass, and it's really unfortunate because, yeah, he does have the ability to be that guy for us, but again, availability is the best ability, and he has proven not to be the case so far. Hopefully it changes.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I think the complexion of the season probably would have changed a little bit if he had been healthy for most of the this first third, because and now it's a half. Now we're at the halfway point, or maybe it's
almost
there.
I
think we are. Yeah, I think we're at 16, 17 games. What is it? Yeah, let's see. But either way, so yeah, we'll
15 or 16.
We will be having a mid-season review episode this. Yeah, we're at 16 games.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah, they're coming fast and heavy.
Yeah, they are. Anyway.
Yep. So basically, yeah, that's it.
We have 2 more games.
So there were, but I think they fell asleep. To be fair, it's late.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
One of our new elevated moderators, Nick, who goes by Nick17, is perhaps asleep right now. And credit to him, that's fair.
He's got school tomorrow, so
yeah, he has a it's like one of the last days of his teaching for this. It's not a semester, but school year, because he works with younger kids. So, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what he's going to be doing. So, that's perfectly fine. So, yeah, what we'll be doing instead is continuing the wheel. I'll be able to bring that up in a second. Yeah, so AJ and I both owe you guys the Soccer Skills Challenge, which we will get around to filming that. Embarrassingly, I'm sure. And AJ also has a reverse roast. I don't know if he has one prepared for today, but at one point he does have to do that.
Right. So, I'm going to do it right now. So, okay. Michael, God damn it, man. You are just so pleasant and such a family man. And my God, it's you're just the most consistent human being that I've ever met, and I need to stop slamming my desk because I'm turning everything off.
Yeah, your entire camera turned off for a second.
Yeah, and the light's coming off too. Anyway, here we go. And yeah, man, I just cannot believe. I cannot believe how reliable you are. And man, it's if I had penny for every single time that you just showed up for Atlanta United Fan TV, I would have thousands of dollars. So
Wow, that's a lot of time.
either way, yeah. But man, I
broke your
completely, I broke my camera, man.
I mean, that's what it took.
One
It's what it took out of you. It was that difficult to compliment me that much that you actually broke all of your technology. That's good. That's good.
Exactly. Here we go. Oh my God, no, it's a mess right now.
All right. Well, it's back. Either way, all right. So that was
Here we go.
AJ's first one, and it's funny because I thought at least it would be difficult as a forfeit for AJ. It was actually fairly difficult for me. I don't like being complimented. It feels awkward, and it was
Right?
like, yeah, it just made me feel really awkward and uncomfortable being like violently complimented. So there it is.
It's that vibe of like, birthdays. When people like are, especially at work, like if they have to sing happy birthday for you, it's like that feeling.
Yeah.
I think
It's the worst when because my brothers would always, I have two younger brothers, whenever I would go to like a restaurant, they would tell the wait staff that it was my birthday and it wasn't. And they would every single time. It was the most obnoxious thing.
It's the happy birthday, that thing, right?
At every restaurant they could get away with it. All right, so the spin this time is AJ. So anyway, also the way I got back at them every time is by so when they would go to the bathroom, I would take a ketchup packet and put it in their straw and then like flip it over in their drink. So when they start drinking their Coke or their water or whatever, it would just be like tasting ketchup. And they're like, what the fuck is that? So, and then a lot of times they would just like spit it out because they're not ready for it and they would get freaked out. But yeah, so that was the way I got back and forth. So anyway, it's AJ again this week. So heavy on AJ this season, liking it a lot. And now we are going to go to the challenges, which is Spicy Challenge, Paint Face Purple, Yoda Voice for 5 minutes, Fake Sponsor Ad Read, and Reverse Roast again. And we'll be changing a few of these for Saturday as well. Get input from the Patreon. So if you want any input on any of these, just become a Patreon at the tier that can do this, and you will be able to do that. So once again, you're getting really good at this. It's Spicy Challenge once more. So you're going to be doing another hot pepper on stream. Maybe we do a hotter one. Maybe you have to ante it up. The other one maybe have been too easy.
A habanero? I mean, difficult for a lot of people, I would say. But
It is.
It is. I'll have to find another one. Yeah, maybe a ghost pepper. Maybe a.
I don't know if you could do a ghost pepper. Ghost pepper is serious.
I mean, I was casually putting the number 10 hot ones on some katsu the other day.
Yeah, number 10 hot ones is not bad. If you did the bomb, I'd be like, okay, but the number 10 is not.
I did. I also did
the bomb would hurt. So. The bomb hurts, I would say.
It's just straight pain. There's no flavor on that one.
It's not like a food. It's like a punishment. I don't know why people buy it. So yeah. We'll find out if anyone has any recommendations. Put them in chat. Put them in the Discord, please, and we will take it under advisement. Any other questions or comments from the chat before we quickly get out of here? We'll give it a minute to come in. Seeing some hearts and things in the chat. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys. Look out. I will be getting the Soccer Skills Challenge, at least my portion of it, done sometime this week. And then I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for it. If you have any suggestions for that, let me know. If not, I'm going to try and... I don't know. I'm going to think of something. Maybe like... I'm going to try and nutmeg my children like 10 times in a row or something. So maybe we could do that.
How small are these balls going to be?
It's like the training ball. You know what I mean? Like they're like this big.
The one. Size 1.
It might be. It might be. But anyway, I have one of those that they play with, and I can do that, and it's hilarious. So maybe I'll put it on camera, and we'll do that.
Yeah, because they definitely will be size 5. I mean, you
definitely not.
That
will knock them over. And also, these are probably the only people I can consistently nutmeg anyway. So,
Yeah, I would highly recommend not trying to nutmeg your wife.
yeah, she would hurt me probably if I did that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, seeing no more comments, hearing no more questions, that'll pretty much do it for us here tonight. Thank you for everyone hanging out. And it is 20 people watching at 12:30. Amazing. Appreciate all of you. And for everyone who watches later tomorrow, appreciate you as well for tuning in. So yeah, again, we'll see you on the next one. AJ, if you sign us out.
Indeed. Well, yeah, you guys are all legends for sticking around, for checking out the stream if it's your first time. And if it is your first time, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's Michael. I'm AJ. Thank you guys so much for watching.